kitchen garden allotments.
Hi guys, and welcome back to Dan's Kitchen Garden Allotment. Just before this video starts, please go along and hit that subscribe button to come along and join the family. So then, the last 3 weeks has been extremely busy down the allotment. I've done quite a bit and I haven't recorded it because it's been mostly 80% of it done in the rain because of it's just non-stop raining. But plot 1 is completely finished now and ready to go, and plot 2 just needs a little bit of work, probably a day's work, and I'll get down here within a week and just finish that off as well. So what I'm going to do in this video, this is going to be the March allotment update 2023. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you back to a previous video. I'm going to put it in here, a little time lapse of my allotment, especially plot 1 on the start of February. So then, as you see with that time lapse, there was quite a bit of work to be done, and I'm glad to say the allotment has changed, especially plot 1. It's been a tough 3 weeks, but it's managed to happen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip the camera around now and show you what I've done. So then guys, just before this video starts, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a picture in of what the allotment looked like in February, and now it looks like this. Wow, what a difference 3 weeks made. Yes, I've worked extremely hard on this allotment, and I think it can tell. This first, we'll start off this little blue metal table and chairs. Going past the skip the other day, sit in the top, give them a knock and asked if I could take it. Absolutely brilliant for the summer. That would be down the allotment. And also you can tell now the wood chip runs right up to the shed as well. It's all been refreshed, the wood chip, and the old stuff has been composted. As I move down, come over to this sweet corn bed. I haven't sown the sweet corn yet. I'll probably sow them within another week or two, but it's been extremely busy getting on with this. As you can see on the beds from the previous videos, if you're watching, sorry about any wind noise, all of my beds have now got backs on. Before, I ran out of wood and I didn't have enough backs for them, but where the skip was, I managed to get, I think, about 15 lengths of decking board. So that's another good thing what's come out at the allotment. And this, where the sweet corn was, I dug it that well, I dug that far from when a previous allotment person must have had it. I've been on this allotment 5 years and I've never dug that deep, but I dug that deep this time just to aerate the soil, and I ended up finding this. So this is a part of this allotment that has been buried for years and years and years. It still is in quite good nick, so I'm thinking of putting that on a stick and maybe keeping that as a bit of a reminder for any other allotment heirs who end up taking this on in 20-30 years when I give up. As I move down, the wood chip bed has been completely refilled now with the old wood chip what come off of this. I just scrape it all the top off of it, and then the stuff underneath, the actual compost stuff, went onto this bed. As you can see, a bit of plastic has blown from someone else's allotment, but this worked last year and it was an absolute brilliant idea. As in this bed, it's going to be a tomato bed, and this one is going to be for the runner beans. Yes, I've dug and dug and dug. All the couch grass I had in here and bindweed roots, I've completely dug them up now. I've tried to get the best I can. It will need another digging before the runner bean beds the runner beans going, just to make sure that we get fantastic runner beans. We're treating all the beds now, we're treating them with chicken manure pellets, so that went on last week, and then I'll put another dose of it on within about a week or so, in a week or so's time. As I move down the pond area, I've just trimmed. This is the only part of the allotment what hasn't been touched, and the main reason why that is because in that pond there is frog spawn, and I don't really want to disturb it. So then this will be a project for next year. As you can see, rhubarb's just starting to come up. Rhubarb's just started to come up, as you can see, and my berries also. But this is one of the changes at the allotment. This is the new fruit area. As you can see, I've now got 3 fruit trees in. If I can keep the camera still with this wind we're having. This tree here, this is a dwarf pear. The middle one is a crunch apple, and the other one is a bush plum. So all these trees get no taller than about 7 foot, 6 or 7 foot pruned back. So they are going to be a fantastic. I probably won't see any fruit off of them for about 2-3 years, but they're going to be an investment in the allotment. The compost bins, I'm not too sure if they were in the previous video. I'm not 100% sure, but they have been done. As you can see in here, I've just got a little bit of wood to burn off, what will be done in the next week or so as well, or get rid of it down at the local dump. Already started composting. As you can see, I've got wood chip and bits and pieces in this, and a nice big bit of card on top, just to protect it from anything climbing in, or even the neighbours putting stuff in as well. Moving down, my potato bed. If you remember, I had the completely failed pumpkins in this area, and it didn't turn out at all good at all. So what I've done this year, with a bit of that free decking board, I put it on the back so the path doesn't encroach onto the vegetables, and I've already cleared this. I haven't dug this over yet because I'm going to have to give it a really good digging when I put the potatoes in, but a video will be coming very soon for when I put them potatoes in. And as I move down to the butternut squash bed, as you can see again, I've got a nice board at the back to stop the path encroaching into the ground. On this bed I had to replace this end and also that end there, because it was that thin wood, very, very cheap, and only lasted about a year. So then, this is how the allotment is looking in March. So quite a bit of work has been done over the past 3 weeks, and wow, we are finally ready. Now let's head over to plot 2 for the next challenge. So then guys, I'm not too sure on how far you have seen of this, but here I've membraned all over, and the reason why I've done that is because there's a lot of couch grass underneath here and bits and pieces like that. So what I'm going to do is leave the membrane down for a year, completely kill all the grass, and then give it a really good dig over. So this section here will eventually become a bed and planting in, and even if I want to put in a few pumpkins maybe, or overspill, I can put them in here by making a hole into the plastic tarps. That will be the plan. This here, as you can see, the weeds are just starting to pop their heads back up. This was just quickly rotivated over the other about a month ago, and this hasn't had much attention at all. So what I'm going to do is dig this completely over by hand over the next week or so when the bloody rain stops. And on this bed we are going to do cabbages, parsnips, carrots, leeks, Brussels sprouts, a row of tomatoes, and excess courgettes and stuff like that. And at the end also I'm going to continue with my great big pumpkins, because if you've been around on this channel for a little while, you will know I grow massive pumpkins, so make sure you stay tuned for that as well. As I said, this will take probably a week or so just to get up and running and back to a proper little allotment. So then let's head back to the shed. So then guys, as you see, the allotment 1 is fantastic now. I think this is the best I've ever had allotment 1. We're finding that them decking boards, as I said in the video, it was about 15, and that gardening table and chairs, this is why I'm glad I've got a car now, because I can just pick it up. Before I was using the bike and I would have looked at it and said, no, that's too much, too big. It's not. I wouldn't be able to get it here at the allotment. But having a car, I've managed to do it. And as I said, this is the best the allotment has looked in a long time. So then, a little bit more work on plot 2, but that'll take another week or so. As a lot of my previous subscribers know, plot 1 is a completely 100% dug allotment. Plot 2 is 100% rotivated, so we are bound to get more weeds on plot 2. But the reason why that is because the ground is very clayey here, and we need quite crumbly soil so we could sow things like carrots, butternut squash, swede, turnips, and all sorts of vegetables like that as well. So then guys, hopefully it won't be so long until the next video's up. As I've said, we've had nothing but rain, and I can't take a camera out in rain really, because of who wants to watch a rainy video. So then guys, I hope you all enjoyed this video. Until the next video, I'll catch you later. Thanks a lot.